I wanted to watch this video too. This is
the village
from Tyler Oliveira. I investigated the city where old people are sent to die.
The largest retirement community in the world, where you have to be 55 or older to live here, and is rumored to be the STD capital of America, with over 125,000 old people using loofahs to put on their golf carts to signal what they're into.
What? Bro, I mean, like, I kind of get it though. Like, if you're old, like at that point, you're like, eh, fuck it, raw dog it, you know? Might as well. Fuck, we're gonna die anyways. Like, okay, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this take too, but like, listen. Okay, chat, if you're like 90 years old, what's the difference between dying and dying with herpes, right? Like, fuck it, you know?
STD capital of America, with over 125,000 old people using loofahs to put on their golf carts to signal what they're into.
Okay, the loofahs shit is kind of crazy. White, novices and beginners. Pink, soft swap, people who like to do it with others in the room. Lowest level of full swap, those who can play well with others. What the fuck?
You know what they say, nobody gives a Hummer like a gummer.
But
what? What's a Hummer? Oh my God, is that where you hum while giving a blowjob? Is that like some technique I haven't... is that... oh my God, it creates a... Is that like a vibrator for... Wait. Are they cooking? Cairo says, hi, I'm new to Twitch. Nice to meet you. Welcome. Glad you're new to Twitch. This is a great first stream for you to hop in on. Perfect time. Anyways.
But is this loofah rumor true? Are these old people happy? And what advice do they have for young people like myself?
We've made it to the Spanish Villa.
Excuse
me. Oh, a Hummer is just a
We're
BJ?
talking to people who have wisdom.
We gotta go now.
No! What's your name?
Penny.
Dumbass. Is the loofah theory true here?
I don't know.
I've only heard that lately, but yes, I have heard that. You have seen them. Does everyone know about them? No.
You guys know about the loofahs?
Yeah, they signify something sexual around here in the villages.
Have you guys also heard that this is one of the highest STD rates per capita?
Going around since the 60s.
Really?
It is. It's pretty well known.
What do the loofahs signify, if you know?
The villages, it's known for swinging.
They don't seem like old people. Oh, this makes sense. Chad, do you guys think that people eventually do swinging when they're older? Like, okay, let me, like, listen. Hold on. Let me cook. Okay, like, you're in a relationship. You're like, hey, you know, fucking 5 years in, chilling. 8 years, chilling. 10 years. But eventually you're like, yo, we're 30 years into this. Let's fucking, fuck it. Let's do some crazy shit. Like, you know, like, eventually you're like, fuck it, you know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
And loofahs, there's colors to them. Each one, it just means something. White, novices and beginners. Purple, voyeur and people who like to watch. Pink, soft swap, people who like to do it with others in the room.
Okay, well, there's the system. Thank you, guys.
Cool.
After confirming the loofah myth was legit, I wanted to see if I could get some practical life advice from the elderly.
Do you guys have any piece of advice for a young person watching
I
this?
love
Don't
advice.
believe everything you hear.
Save for your retirement. Social Security may or may not be there.
As far as life, honesty, respect gets you a long way, and never talk politics with people.
Okay. Away from drugs.
Right.
And you don't have to go to college, you know, but go to a trade school or something, because that's just the sports as far as I'm concerned.
Do you have any major regrets in life?
Okay.
No, I've done everything I wanted to do. I was a tennis pro.
You were one of the best in the world?
Through college, pretty much.
Do you still play tennis?
I have
yeah.
a real problem with my balance, so I came here.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, how old are you? You looking young? 50?
87.
You're looking good for 87. How long you
He
been
does
here?
look good for 87.
I've been here 20 years.
Okay, for 87, bro has the, like, legs and knee complexion of, like, a 17-year-old. What the fuck?
Okay. Do you have any financial advice for any young people?
Save now.
Do you have any big regrets?
It My what?
Any advice to have a marriage that lasts over 2?
The comment about politics, okay. You know, so people are like, okay, don't watch us on stream. Well, okay, the comment about politics is interesting, and I'll interject here for a little bit of Blau's bullshit. And it's this. I think having a reasonable understanding of what's going on in the world, major events, conflicts, having basic level of political understanding is important. However, I do think that I think there's like kind of two subgroups. One that's just hyper ignorant to a lot of things going on in the world. And then another that is just hyper fixated on all political events, all world happenings, especially on the negative side, like tragedies occurring, mass shooting here, natural disaster here, climate change here. And I genuinely think this side is, you might end up becoming, maybe you are more informed or you are more woke, but I actually worry, and I don't have the data to back this up, but I'd actually worry about your psyche, like your psychological health, because I don't think humans were meant to deal with the scale of tragedy and awful news. And like, especially when we think of the news cycle of just bing, 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 bad news, bad news, bad news, bad news. Like, I don't think we were meant psychologically to deal with that barrage. I don't think our mentals are meant for that, right? We evolved over the course of millions of years in much more, we dealt with tragedies and awful things happening, but in much more isolated context. And I think, yeah, you end up becoming a doomer if you're like too overexposed to that negative stuff.
2 decades.
Yes, dear.
It's true. Good communication.
Okay.
If you don't have communication, you have nothing.
Trust us, we have bad days just like
I think talking religion and politics is fine and necessary. I think people overindulge in negativity is a separate topic.
everybody else.
Sure.
Right.
I still didn't understand.
Actually, I worked during the day. My husband worked at night. We used to pass each other in the street. That's how we survived 52 years.
Okay.
I still didn't understand.
Okay.
Find somebody that makes you laugh.
Are you married?
Yeah, 45 years coming next month.
What are the keys to a successful marriage?
I agree with that. Find someone who makes you laugh, chat.
Don't go to bed angry or fighting, I guess.
Yo, Tennis Pro's advice is God tier.
I regret doing
Do you have anything like that?
too many things,
Okay.
but I don't worry about them.
That's smart. Have you ever been to a swingers club out here?
Swing stuff, no.
No? Okay, good call. All right. See ya. Aging is a brutal curse.
With a few myths confirmed, I realized how brutal aging is on the human mind and body. But in search of more wisdom, I
makes me
drove
laugh,
to
Paris.
another
Okay,
retirement
relax, chat.
community to see what they had to say.
Find someone who makes you laugh that's not me.
Question for you, ma'am. Have you noticed society change over the last 60 years?
I know.
What's the biggest change you've seen?
The young people, they don't have pride. They do bad things. And this day, girls, they don't have pride. They don't have...
I know. You know about Adam 22? He let his wife get BBC'd.
Life is tough.
How many grandkids do you have?
I have 10 grandkids, 24 great-grand, and 1 great-great-grand.
Whoa. What's the thing you're most proud of?
I'm proud of my family.
So if there are any young girls watching this,
What did he say? They brought up and it's like girls don't have enough pride, and it's like, okay, here was like the girl doing the AI NPC TikTok. There's a common thing where people are like, oh, like all these girls doing OnlyFans, stuff like that. Oh, they're just getting paid for it now. It's the same thing has been going on for hundreds, thousands of years for women. They're literally just now in control of it and making money for it. You could argue that some people probably yeah. If you asked me for my take on it, I'd be like, hey, like, yeah, maybe there's women getting involved and young men too who are getting involved in OnlyFans and like maybe more explicit content where they probably shouldn't be. But they're making the idea is that they actually own the choices that they're making. as opposed to for the longest time when this stuff was going on and they either weren't owning it or they were even worse being forced into it, right? So
this right now, would you tell them to start a family or to start an OnlyFans?
Well, you can start your family when you feel ready.
When did you start your family? What age?
I started 18.
18. So do you know about kids starting OnlyFans these days? You know what that is?
No.
So OnlyFans is where...
yeah, but like... they're saying like, would you rather start a family or start an OnlyFans? And it's like, okay, well, those aren't your only two options. First of all. Second of all, it's like, you know, and again, I can already like predict the comment section. Like, yo, so based, right? We're not subscribing to your OnlyFans, but I have Twitter Blue. By the way, one of my all-time favorite things is on Twitter. When you see the replies that are like all the meme replies, we're not subbing to your OnlyFans. And then I look and they have Twitter Blue and I'm like, brother, you're paying and getting nothing. If you sub to the OnlyFans, at least you'd get some fucking titties. Like, holy shit. Anyways, I'm not like critiquing her, but like her starting a family at the age of 18, right? Yeah. The generation before her, or like a few generations before her, women were starting a family at the age of 15. You know? Like, that doesn't make it better. In fact, as soon as we do that, we're like, wait, that's kind of weird. It's like, well, yeah, because we want people to actually mature and make decisions themselves. And for a lot of people, possibly even in her generation, starting a family at the age of 18 wasn't even their choice. It was a choice pushed on them by their own families.
Essentially, girls sell nude photos of themselves online, and it's a very popular job these days. Not good?
No, it's not good.
Do you think young people take their health for granted?
They don't care. Yes,
I agree with that.
to buy medicine
Really?
in public.
Okay, it's
I
working.
have blood pressure, I have a gastritis, I have my leg swelling.
You've lived 84 years. How many more years do you want?
When God take me, or the one is there, I don't know who is there.
So if God were to strike you dead right now, would you be good with life? Are you at peace?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I am.
Do you fear death?
No.
Okay. What do you think happens when you die?
I don't know.
Are you afraid of what happens?
No,
Okay.
because I never hurt nobody.
Okay. When your husband died, how has life been since that? Is it tough?
Sometimes, because he's not with me.
Is he your one and only love?
Yes.
You don't see that very often, right?
That
People
is
getting
sweet,
married
though.
and staying together till death anymore.
I have a niece.
Yeah.
She married at 14, and they still
14.
live in, and he was 20.
Whoa.
And they live in Miami. They still alive together.
She was pretty young.
Well, now she's 74.
Wow.
And-
That's true love, I guess.
yes, it is.
Do you
Yeah, but see, to be fair, Chad, this is also like you guys, like this is us. So she's 74 now, right? This is us judging a relationship through our social lens and not through what was maybe appropriate at the time, right? Like a great example of, and oh God, I'm gonna get fucking clipped out of context for this. I don't. Why do I ever cook on these? These are the problem. There's like interesting things to be discussed here, but like you can't fucking cook because I'll get clipped out of context. Yeah, like, I mean, like obviously in today's day and age, that's messed up. And I want to claim. Listen, my personal take on this is age divided by 2 + 7 is a good rule of thumb. Follow that, chat. And 18 plus only. But I mean, like think about like throughout human history, we would have people who were we'd have young women who are 14, 15 married to guys who are in their 30s, and that was just the fucking nature of relationships. It wasn't good. That's why I guess if anything, that's what I'm sort of arguing against is like we did those things. And I don't think that was good because the reality is for a long part of human history, women didn't really have much autonomy. So yeah. And for a long time, it was basically like you as a woman were the property of your father until your father gave you to your husband, who, whatever the fuck the age difference could be, right? And you were basically yeah, property in a sense. And that has occurred in any number of cultures for a long, long time.
Would you advise young people to find one person, make it work, and have a good life?
I told you now.
Yeah? You tell me.
Find somebody that is good person. Him?
Oh, no, I'm just like pointing at the little camera right there. Yeah.
Oh.
What if someone gets cheated on by their girlfriend or boyfriend?
Say goodbye to her.
Thank you so much. This is very valuable wisdom.
With enough wisdom for a lifetime, on my way back to the car, I couldn't resist chatting it up with these two gems sitting on their front porch.
For any young people that may be watching this, what advice do you have for them?
That they really have to stay focused on their finances, look ahead, because things can change from one day to the next.
Take a certain amount and invest it and try to add to it.
When you get to our age, you don't know when medical issues are going to pop up. You have to sit down and say, okay, if something happens to me or if something happens to my husband, how is that person going to function from here on out? You know, not only monetarily, but you need a support system. Here's a prime example. Here's a lady. She lost her husband. They never had any children. She has one cousin that lives back in her home state, and she has major medical issues.
Also, real quick for context, both of you guys were married?
Still married.
And you married?
47 years.
Wow, 47 and
53.
How old were you when you got married?
22.
19, I think.
Okay, that's pretty young, pretty abnormal for my generation to get married that young.
That's right.
Why do you think that is?
I think they are concentrating more on, not that this is a bad thing, but concentrating on what they want to do for the rest of their life. Back in the day, my thought was that we have our children early and then they were still young. We get them grown and on their own, and then we still are young enough to continue.
Great take from her. Great take.
You and retire and enjoy life.
So here's a new thing in my generation. There's a loneliness and a virginity epidemic. Percentage of males who are single in my age demographic is like 70+% or something crazy.
You know what I'm afraid of? There will be no marriage one day. And sometimes people give up.
I appreciate you guys so much.
After chatting with these gems of wisdom, I met up with my 79-year-old homie Lee, who lives at the
Yeah, but like, and again, this is, you know, you take this take as you want to, chat, and consider it how you want to, but like having a life partner that you're singularly committed to is like one concept, and then marriage is another concept. As romantic as we might have made marriage out to be, and we've romanticized it and all this stuff, at the end of the day, marriage was the institution of, okay, this is gonna be a hot take, but it's like marriage was kind of the institution of like female slavery, like women's slavery, right? You are the father who basically owns your daughter, and then you use marriage as the official contract to basically sign away the ownership of your daughter to another guy. Like, that was kind of, I mean, and when I'm not talking about like their generation in this video. I'm sorry. I'm specifically talking about for a long period of human history. You mean in a paternal household? I mean, I'm saying in pre-agriculture to now, the majority of marriage is basically a form of ownership of the woman. That definitely depends on the culture, but I do see what Blau means. It's in a lot of different cultures. It's not even fully gone, also. And when it was in a lot of cultures. And I mean, when I say that, I mean like, let me put it to you this way. Women basically being married as a form of signing away property, that has existed way longer than women's rights to vote in a democracy. You know? One of those things has existed way longer. So, you know, consider that in the grand scheme of human history. Saikuna said, yo, did you beat Only Down yet? I gotta watch one more video and eat food, and then we're playing Only Down. I swear, Saikuna has the best timing. We need a clip compilation of all the deranged shit I'm talking about when Saikuno jumps in chat. Perfect. You're about to order dinner.
The villages,
Oh, yeah.
and he showed me the infinite entertainment options here, ranging from dancing halls, pool tables, swimming pools, restaurants, clothing stores, and I even danced at the nightly live performances the villages hold for free. It seemed like all 140,000 plus people here were having the time of their lives. Yet time, sadly, is what these people lack the most.
That's a little loud for me. Yeah, too loud.
I feel that.
Just age, you know.
In the shadow of every old lady dancing was a back waiting to be broken, and a life almost at its end.
Well, I would regret that we don't live to 200.
You wish you had double the amount of time.
Yeah.
What would you do with that time?
Whatever I'm doing now.
Kids, live life to the fullest because you may never know when your time is up. And in the prolific words of Lee,
To all the virgins of the world, thanks for nothing.
also, whoever has the most viewed TikTok or YouTube short using a clip from this video, I'll send you $500. Post however many times you want, but you must tag my TikTok/YouTube @ and put YouTube Tyler Oliveira in the title/description.
That's brilliant marketing. Holy shit. That is brilliant marketing.